So McDonald's and mobile home parks actually have a lot more in common than you'd think. They're both a covered land play. And that's the key. It's a hard asset. It's real estate. It's land. And you have an operating business that's occupying that land as a tenant. McDonald's holding company would own the land and they'd charge rent to the restaurants, which was a consistent income stream. And it's a simple process. Once they perfected the McDonald's model, it was something they could duplicate and scale massively. And so what mobile home parks do is you actually get more land and you rent trailer spaces and just lots. You're basically renting lots to these manufactured homes and they pay you rent. And it is a very simple system. And so that's what drives a higher percentage revenue in net than any other types of real estate assets. You end up with a lot more expenses per the income. And so we end up with a lower expense ratio and a higher net income because all we're doing is renting spaces out to mobile homes. So with our mobile home park operations, we sometimes choose to sell the manufactured homes at a slight loss or at pure wholesale pricing, where we buy them and we set them and we don't make any money on the mobile home, because in the end, those mobile homes set there paying space rent is going to be a very sticky, good long-term income stream. And with that comes consistent cash flow and a big valuation. These are 5 cap properties. When you have them stabilized, sometimes even lower than 5 cap, they're 4 cap, which is the equivalent of a 20% on earnings, price to earnings ratio in the stock market, which is a blue chip stock. So you don't want to, step over a dollar to pick up a quarter. You want to end up focusing on the real estate and the space rent, which is going to yield you the biggest return.